Hi guys, James O'Brien, who inspired me in part to do this channel, asked a very important question. Why, after all that has happened, is Nigel Farage still popular with a significant minority of the public? Why, after being proven wrong on so many occasions in respect to Brexit, is he able to bounce back and launch himself again into the political fray? Now, while the motivations people have for backing characters like Farage can be complex, the reason he gets away with lying and failing is quite simple.
When it comes to persuading people to vote for Brexit because they were persuaded that their lives were the fault of foreigners, I don't think anybody came close to doing more in that category than Nigel Farage, and now he's back. Why? Here's a question. Knowing what we know about Brexit, knowing what we know about Trump, if you like, knowing what we know about all of the things that Nigel Farage has spent his life selling to you, how does he still get away with it, do you think? How can it be that some people who thought their life was going to improve immeasurably when they voted for Brexit in 2016 still give him the benefit of the doubt? The bottom line, of course, is that he probably doesn't even know why he's chosen this moment to do it. Was he planning it all along? Did he have a year to make a decision and then he made the wrong decision and a week later decided to make the right? Do you see what I mean? It's as I say, throughout, it's simultaneously hilarious and horrifying.
The reason he gets away with it is because of the media. I keep saying this. Here is an example, a recent example. Nigel Farage was delivering a speech and a reporter from the BBC called him out on his rhetoric. What happened then? Well, Farage and his friends attacked the BBC over this. Other people in the media attacked the BBC over this. The BBC then apologised to Farage, and then what did they do? They invited him onto Question Time, invited him back onto Question Time. Now, at the time, Farage was not the leader of Reform UK, and he wasn't an elected official. He wasn't even a candidate. But he was invited on to present his position. This is the problem. In 2016, in the run-up to the Brexit referendum, Farage was invited onto the BBC, he was invited onto Sky News, onto ITV, onto the radio, onto LBC, he even had his own show. And he was able to use that platform, which was generally unchallenged, to sell the idea that if we leave the European Union, it will fix both political problems and economic problems. It will fix social problems and any other problem under the sun. And he went pretty much unchallenged. That's the problem. If you compare, and this is generally in England, in Scotland, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, there was much more pushback. But in England, it seems that maybe journalists were afraid of losing their job if they challenged Nigel Farage too much. If you look at what happened when he went abroad, he went to the US, he went to Ireland, and he was interviewed there. He was really challenged. And he fell apart. Now, maybe this is going to change because there's going to be a change of government soon. The Labour Party will get into power and journalists may feel more free to actually challenge people like Nigel Farage. But the damage has already been done. People are convinced that Nigel Farage is some sort of deity. He will deliver sunlit uplands. He's still able to sell the idea that, well, there's a good Brexit, it just goes to a different school. So the question, why is he able to get away with it, is quite simple. The media have failed at every turn. Their job is to hold politicians to account, is to challenge people like Nigel Farage on issues of immigration or Brexit itself. But they didn't. They failed. And now the public are convinced, well, Nigel Farage, if he gets into power, he'll be able to deliver the type of Brexit that he told us about. It's a rejection of reality. The reality is that Brexit has been a disaster. Even people who voted for it realize that, but they're still clinging on to the idea. And once again, this is not being challenged by the media. Clinging on to the idea that maybe if Nigel Farage was Prime Minister or leader of the Conservative Party or something like that, then he'd be able to get a better Brexit deal. See, people were told that everything would be better if they left the European Union. Things have turned out badly. Has Farage come out and apologised? Has he been really challenged on the reality of Brexit? Of course not. And that's the problem. There needs to be root and stem and leaf and branch or whatever reform of the media going forward to avoid people like Farage once again? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.